The story does not end here in Denver with the Tim McVeigh sentencing verdict. He is not the only American at war with America. The innocent civilians McVeigh killed or maimed are not the only victims. Tonight, CBS News correspondent John Blackstone takes you to another front in this so-called war in our special Eye on America investigation of homegrown terror.
Modesto, California, a farm town that's growing into a city, still likes to boast it's a place of contentment, but not for Karen Mathews. She goes everywhere with an armed bodyguard, something not usually necessary for a county clerk. You ever imagine you'd be armed, carrying a gun in your hand?
Are you kidding? I don't like guns. I don't like guns. I don't like any of this.
Mathews is in charge of an office full of bureaucrats. They record births, deaths, marriages, and property transactions. This isn't supposed to be dangerous. But the anti-tax, anti-government militia movement has declared Karen Mathews an enemy.
They honestly believe they are in a war with the government. All of us, if we're injured or killed, are casualties of that war.
Mathews found out how real that war could be. One night in her own garage, a man jumped out of the darkness.
He beat me. He kicked me. He cut me.
He put a gun to her head.
You know, each time he pulled the trigger at the back of my head, I thought, okay, he pulled the trigger. It didn't explode. I'm still alive. But he didn't move the gun. He left it there at my head, and and all I could think of is, oh God, there's going to be another bullet.
Far below the level of Timothy McVeigh's attack in Oklahoma City, there's a guerrilla war going on against the most basic operations of government. Karen Mathews, county clerk, became a target because she wouldn't process phony documents brought in by anti-government activists.
It didn't compute. It still doesn't. That you could take a life over documents, pieces of paper.
At first, Mathews and her staff could laugh at the documents, filled with what's best described as gobbledygook.
The title on the document was the right to locomotion.
But if officially recorded, those documents can begin to gum up fundamental government operations.
If we record that document, for instance, a lien against an IRS agent, even if it's not a legal document, it encumbers that property. So it's a perfect form of harassment.
What's happening here in Modesto is being repeated in county seats across the state. There are 58 counties in California. In at least 49 of them, the county clerk has been threatened for refusing to record bogus documents. But Karen Mathews is the first county clerk recorder to actually be beaten up. The man who attacked her is Roger Steiner, a militia sympathizer from Oregon.
I asked him, why are you doing this to me? He said, you are a messenger to other recorders, and this could happen to them too.
Steiner will be sentenced next month, along with others who planned the attack. But Mathews says those convictions are not enough to end the threat. Not even sentencing Timothy McVeigh to death will do that, she says.
I don't think that we should close our eyes and say the event is over, and so is the danger. It isn't. Remember, these people are at war.
So wherever Mathews goes, her bodyguard goes first. For a while, she thought she'd get out of this war, quit her job. But now she's decided to stay.
If I give in, what office would be next? This country is too great, too free, to be defeated by people with no love of this country.
With new determination and a new gun, the county clerk is ready to defend herself.
He's dead.
As well as to defend the rule of law. In Modesto, California, John Blackstone for Eye on America.